Hi, I'm Pav.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to the Top 10 of Anything podcast.
Let's start the countdown!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This fracking episode is all about crappity swearing, dagnabbit. All the boulder dash we exclaim every day. Maybe you're having a Shatner kind of day, or your dog is being a total Barbara Streisand. Jeepers, blimey, zoinks, and holy guacamole. We are here to count down our top 10 swear words, mother of pearl, son of a gun, shut the front door. And here's Neil, our fact hunter, with 10 facts about swearing. The cunt.
Thank you very much, Pav. Thank you very much. Right, here we go. Some languages don't have swear words. Get that, eh? The word rooster was invented when cock started to become slang for penis instead of the male fowl.
Wow.
Fart dates back to 1250, making it one of the oldest obscene words in the English language.
Is that obscene?
Wow.
Oh.
It is the way you fart, Loz.
Yeah. Swearing relieves pain.
Wow.
Using your middle finger as an obscene gesture dates back all the way to ancient Greece.
Wow.
And the world record for the most F-bombs in a movie goes to The Wolf of Wall Street, with the word being used a staggering 506 times.
You're joking.
Wow. Well, there you go. Oh, is that it?
No, it's illegal to swear in public in Virginia.
Wow.
Shit is the most popular swear word used on Facebook.
Wow.
Fuck is the third most offensive word in the English language, and motherfucker is second.
Wow.
And of course, cunt is considered the most offensive word.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, Neil. Beautifully.
Pleasure.
So, welcome to the Top 10 of Anything podcast. We are joined by one of our dearest friends, somebody who's been podding with us, well, right from the start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Loz. Hello, Loz.
Hello. This is so nice to be back. I mean, it's very weird that we're not all in the shed, but
It is odd, but it's nice to look at your beautiful face.
And really, if there's anybody that can do swear words, like the top 10 swear words, you naturally come up as the first person we thought of. So
I do believe I might have suggested it.
I think you did.
It was fun to write out, I'll tell you that, and then changing it all around, going, no, I used that one more than that one.
I know, I did that this morning. I was sat there going, now, why? I need to justify each of these. And it was really quite a fun exercise. And I realised how much I swear as well.
It's also like the different versions of certain words, which we will come. One of the ones that I've got is like a deviation of a swear word, if that makes sense.
What I kind of realised when I was putting my list together this morning was that most swear words, I'd say 99.9% of swear words, describe either a sexual organ or a sexual practice, which is interesting, isn't it?
Yes. And how many of the words that are swear words can be used during sex as well?
Probably all of them, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to say all of them. Depends what you're into, but
yeah.
yeah. To be honest, I've just had a look at mine, and I'm sure there's times when I've used most of those words out of frustration more than anything else, probably. Right. So we've got all the facts about swearing. Let's go with our first one. So let's go with our number 10. Loz, do you want to kick us off? What's your number 10 favorite swear word?
Should I give you it and then also why?
Absolutely,
a little bit of an explanation.
Yeah.
So my number 10 is wanker.
Okay.
And the reason I like this one is because I use it in the car a lot. For some reason, I use that. Like, I'm not a very cross sweary person. I tend to swear when I'm cross with myself. But this one is when I'm really cross with someone who's just like cut me up or just pulled out in front of me or something. And for some reason, that's the one that I always describe whoever's done it, male or female. It's always wanker. That's the one that comes out of my mouth the most. And I think it's, but I'd never ever call somebody a wanker to their face in real life. It's because I'm in the car and I've got the safety of the car around me. It's always, wanker is only ever for people I don't know. They're strangers. I'd never call like my partner a wanker or my friends wankers. It's just strangers.
Right.
They're wankers. And I don't know, they might be into masturbation, they might not be. I mean, who knows? For some reason, that's the one that comes out of my mouth when they've done something silly in a car or a vehicle of some description.
Did you know 67% of people at work have masturbated there? Did you know that?
Really?
Apparently,
that's got to be mostly men.
Well,
I would assume so, because it always takes longer for a woman, doesn't it?
And also,
that'll be their lunch hour gone.
It's just a lot harder to do, whereas a man is, I mean, if you guys watch Succession.
No.
There's that scene where Ronan, who's played by Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, I can't remember what his real name is, he wanks at work, and he literally just sort of stands in an office, does it up against a window. So it is a lot easier for guys to do.
Yeah. Can't say I've ever done it myself, Pav.
I'm not. No, I haven't.
He has.
No, I haven't. I just remember reading that before, and I was in an office full of people, and I thought, oh my God, if there's like 100 people in this office, 67 of them have wanked at work.
Yeah.
That is
including
mental.
Your good self.
Oh, I wouldn't do something like that. That's disgusting. Anyway,
I had an ex once who admitted that he did that at work.
Really?
Uh-huh. I'm not going to say who.
I could think of nothing worse.
My worry would be that somebody would find out, and then you've got to follow. You have to face everybody at work. That's the thing. I worked at a place where I used to have to take photographs of things that were wrong with the products. Mm-hmm. And I had the camera in with me while I was going to the toilet, and I was messing about trying to work out a setting, and the flash went off, and there was people outside that I could hear go, "Did you just see that? Somebody's taking photos of themselves in the toilet." And I had to wait at least 20 minutes to make sure that they'd gone and they were like away from the toilet, because if I come out of there, they would have known who I was, and you'd never live it down.
Well, instead, now they just think you were doing a really long poo in the toilet and you took a photo of yourself.
Well, yeah, I'd rather have that than think of anything else. Right, I'm going to go with you, Loz. I also have wanker at number 10.
Oh, no way.
I do.
Ta-da!
But the thing
anytime
I say it, I have to say it with a Cockney accent. I go, wanker! Like that. And it's normally if I see someone fall over, or if you see like a footballer or anyone in sport that falls over you, and you've got to do the sort of the wanking hands gesture, wanker! Like that. I don't think I've ever said it in my normal voice. It's always been with a Cockney accent.
Abby Dyer.
Do the Cockney accent next time I say it in the car.
Yeah. Go on then, Neil. What's your number 10?
A good old bollocks.
Okay.
I do use bollocks a lot. Usually when I've made a mistake, and it's usually the one I use at work more than anything else. So
is that to customers?
Yeah. Here's your change, bollocks. But no, it's a satisfactory word, isn't it? It gives you satisfaction. It's when I said my fact that a swear word can relieve pain. That's the one. You stub your toe, and I'm bollocks. Yeah, that's the word I use. It's a good word.
Yeah.
It's a good word.
Very good word. Go on then, Loz. Your number 9.
So my number 9, this is actually an affectionate term. So I'll call somebody this, I'll call my mates this if they've done something a bit silly, like falling over, or if somebody's just done something a bit silly and it's made me laugh, and I'll go, "Oh, you," and it's bell end.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's just a sweet one for me. It's quite an affectionate term. "Oh, you bell end." Like, I never mean it in an aggressive way. It's just a kind of like a little hug swear word.
Yeah.
But then when you actually think of it literally, what it actually is.
The tip of a man's penis.
Oh, that's what it is. Thanks for that, Loz. I need to write that down. Thank you. I knew that it'd be educational if Loz was here. So you better tell us all the different parts of the man's anatomy. Neil, what's your number 9?
Dick.
I was only asking.
I like that one. If somebody's been crossed me in some way, I always refer to them as that dick. Do you remember that dick who did this? Do you remember that dick that said that? Yeah, it's a good, powerful word. And I don't often refer to my gentleman's area as a dick. People are dicks.
What do you call your dick?
I'm a cock man.
You're a cock. There's so many different words, isn't there?
What are you, Pav?
Wasn't that Scatman John's favourite?
It was.
I'm a cock man. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
What do you refer to your gentleman's as?
Well, gentleman's ass.
No, as. Your gentleman's area. Is it a dick? Is it a cock?
I don't know.
Is it a willy? Are you a willy man?
I'm probably a willy man.
He is a willy, yeah.
I think I'm a willy man.
But don't you think willy is a bit like what a boy calls his willy? Like it's a child.
Exactly.
Child's word.
Exactly.
What do you call it, Loz? A male member? Normally.
Yeah, dick. Like if in the bedroom, I'd be like, get your dick out. Cock sounds a bit like too porny. Willy sounds a bit too juvenile. And penis is a bit too like medical.
Yeah, I think because you're absolutely right. Because you can call somebody a dick, and then say get your dick out. It's two completely different things. One said with
dick is also short for Richard.
It is.
Which I've never quite understood.
Thanks for that. I'll write that one down as well, Lars. It's funny because you say that like Willie is very juvenile. My number 9 actually is bloody hell.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Because I think that was like the first swear word that I was allowed to say in front of my mum and dad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
it's not a swear word.
Yeah, and I can also remember being a kid and saying bloody tower. Because you could say bloody, so it was almost like you were swearing. You're going, oh, what the bloody tower is that? And you'd be going to get away with it because if they had a go at you, if your parents had a go at you, oh no, I'm saying bloody tower. Yeah. So it'd be like a little way of getting around it. But again, totally juvenile. It's totally juvenile, like my willy. Okay, right then, number 8.
Number 8 for me, pissed. But use it in a few different ways. So I talk about I'm pissed when I'm drunk. I talk about I'm pissed off when I'm angry, and I'm so pissed like when I'm angry as well. So I use the word quite a lot. Like also piss flaps. That's another one I use. That's an umbrella term for all those different things. Piss flaps tends to be I don't use it very often because it just makes me laugh. Piss flaps tends to be when I'm I don't know, I'm doing something like the washing up and I've dropped something into the water. So it's not like an absolute tragedy, but it's just a bit annoying. I'm like, oh, piss flaps.
Oh dear. Go on then, Neil. What's your number 8?
Wank or wanker. Same as Loz. I use it behind the wheel.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm very much like you. So when I'm doing my day job of delivering or the driving, everyone's a wanker in front of me if they do something wrong.
Why is it a car word, do you think? Interesting.
Don't know. But yeah, it's a great. Well, it's a great verbal release, isn't it?
Yeah,
wanker. It's good. It's a good one.
Oh, dear. Okay. Right. Number 8 for me is cunt chops.
I love that.
That I think that might be what might be my version of wanker for you two. Is I seem to say that a lot
in the car.
Obviously, if I'm on my own rather than if I'm
the kids,
ferrying the kids or the grandkids around. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of my go-to ones that if someone does. Whereas like the wanker is if you're watching telly and somebody falls over, you go wanker. If someone does something physically to me, but in the confines of my car so that they can't hear me or there's no way they can get to me, I'll shout cunt chops. Yeah. Because I haven't got just the word cunt in my top 10 because I think it works better with other words. Chops. Yeah, so
I totally agree with you because I've not actually included it at all in my top 10 because I find it quite an aggressive word. And also it's really interesting. My mum's a real swearer. She's a real potty mouth. But if you say the C word in the house, she gets really pissy. She gets really, really pissed off with us, and she really tells us off. And I don't know why. I don't know why in that particular word really presses her buttons, but because I grew up with that, I kind of learned to never use it. But cunt chops is a good one because it kind of softens it a little bit. It doesn't feel quite so aggressive, does it?
That's what I think. That might be what it is. And also, I think if somebody can see your mouth moving and you say cunt, they could probably work out what you're saying. But if you say cunt chops, the guy that you're shouting at probably goes, "Oh no, he didn't call me a cunt. That's all right. He said something else."
He's listing his shopping list.
Yeah,
He's having his Sunday dinner.
Working out what he's having for tea. Yeah. Neil, what have you got for number 8 then?
Arsehole. I love a good arsehole. No, it's a great word. It's everyone can be an arsehole. It can be a term of affection. Oh, go on, you asshole. And to a right swear word, you're a complete arsehole. I use it a lot. I do use it a lot.
Okay. Do you use it as a term of affection as well as
Sometimes. I haven't ever done it to you yet, pal. How are you, you asshole? Quite often if I haven't spoken to somebody for a while, that's how I start the text.
Really?
How are you, you asshole? Yeah.
You've never started a text like that to me. I'm
no, but then it's people I know that have the same sort of. I will start if you want me to.
Yeah, please do. If it's a term of affection for you, then
it can be. Yeah.
Just going back to your pissed as well, Loz.
Yeah.
I find it weird because I listen to podcasts where it's American radio.
Oh yeah, they use it differently, don't they?
They're allowed to say things like, I'm really pissed.
I'm pissed.
You wouldn't get away with saying that on the BBC or anything like that.
No, because it just means you're angry, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's weird how that isn't obviously a swear word in America.
And they get really confused because when we talk about being pissed, as in drunk, they're like, what? Because it doesn't mean drunk.
No.
Does it?
Just angry, isn't it?
It's just angry.
Like, why are you angry? You seem really happy.
But then again, in America, they don't use the word wank and wanker.
No, they don't, do they?
Because I always remember watching Buffy, the TV series, and wasn't the person who wrote the music called Thomas Wanker?
Yeah.
Have a look at it. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then in Australia, remember the Paul Hogan show?
Yeah, very much.
And it used to be Leo Wanker, wasn't it? It's like the stuntman. Bit before your time, this Loz. Sorry. 2 old men talking about 80s television. Yeah, and I used to laugh at that because I thought, oh, that's naughty. That there's somebody there called Wanker. And I had no idea what it meant, when I was 23. Right then, number 7 then, Loz.
Bollocks. So one that Neil's already brought up. That for me is a word that I normally shout. That's a very loud one. So it's normally if I'm hurt. So if I've broken a nail or I've cut myself shaving or I've dropped something on my foot, then I'm like, bollocks. Like it's the one that comes out loud for me. I don't know why.
It's your Tourette's.
Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
your favourite word.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. And I will, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Neil, your number 7.
My number 7 is twat. Is it 7 or 6?
7.
Twat. Let's go twat. It's a great word, isn't it? What more can you say about it?
I love it. I love the word.
Twat.
Mm.
It looked like you were calling yourself that because you got number 6 and number 7 wrong.
I do actually refer to myself sometimes. When I get something wrong, I'll be, oh, for God's sake, you twat.
I do that as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I call you a twat. Yeah, that's what
Again, it's almost endearing though, isn't it? Calling someone a twat. Like if they're friends with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also just it's one of those words I think you can get a swear word that you get away with more as well.
Yes.
Even though it is quite offensive, it's lost that offensive-ness.
Agreed.
But I also think that like kids would use that word because they don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very close to twit. So why would you not say twat as well, just to be a bit different?
But you don't hear twat anymore, do you? Twat was the original word.
Was it?
For a female anatomy, yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah. Oh, there you go, looking at a book on swearing that was recommended to me. So, yeah, twat was the original word.
Oh, there you go. So educational, this podcast, isn't it? My number 7 is minge.
Oh, I love a bit of minge.
Well, I just love any inge words. I just
like
it's
hinge,
nice. Hinge, orange, finge. What does that mean? I'm not even going to ask what that means.
singe, as
What's
in you
the
singe your hair.
Oh, singe. I think it said finge.
Flange.
Flange. See, flange, blancmange. Any of those kind of words. Is Neil? Oh, I thought Neil had he frozen then for a second. Have you not put 50p in the meter, Neil?
If I could just explain what's happened, I had the curtains open with the nice sunshine, thinking I don't need to put a light on, and the bloody clouds have all come over to rain. And I thought I can't go and switch a light on. I must. I will go and put a light on.
It looks like you're just huddled around one candle behind you.
That's me. I haven't paid the bills.
So that's number 7. Right, number 6 then, Loz. What's your number 6?
So number 6, I have to go with Neil. Arse. Rather than arsehole, it's just arse.
Okay. Is that an exclamation for you?
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, arse, or like such an arsehole. But oh, arse is something I use when, I don't know, like I've just missed out on booking a train ticket and it's just gone. I'm like, oh, arse. Like it's not a tragedy, but I realise I use it quite a lot. And I'm just trying to think when else would I use, oh, arse, like, yeah, I've just spilt something. I realise I have quite a lot of words for when I, fuck up, basically. Like there's lots of different things come out of my mouth, and I don't always know why certain ones come out, but that is one that comes out of my mouth quite a lot. Arse.
I thought you was going to say come out of your ass then.
Talking out of your ass, I say that quite a lot.
Yeah. It's weird how, again, the majority of them are exclamations, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, arse biscuits is one that I always say. Which or arse gravy, but then that's something a bit different. That's terrible. Right then, Neil, what's your number 6?
Arsehole.
You've already done asshole.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Have you got it twice?
I have written it twice. I've got.
Oh,
you asshole.
Sorry.
Twat.
What a twat.
We'll go for piss. I'll go my next one. Piss. Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it? It's exactly like Loz said. You can be pissed off. You can be pissed. I'm just laughing at rude words all the time.
No, it's the fact that you called her Liz. That's the thing.
Liz. That's because I was saying piss. It's the I in it.
Okay, piss. Right. Number 6, I've gone for bullshit.
Bullshit.
And it's because of the bull.
Bullshit, right?
The bullshit.
BS.
Yeah. I just love the sound and how when you say it, the sound that it makes and how it feels coming out of your mouth. Bullshit. And it's a really good exclamation one. If someone's telling you bullshit and you can exclaim that it's bullshit. It's just bullshit. Yeah. Or
just bull. Sometimes that's quite good, isn't it? When that's bull. Like everyone knows you mean bull.
Yeah. That's if you're in like pleasant company, I suppose you'd say that's bull.
Yeah.
Or that's BS.
Or BS.
If you want to be really, really cool about it, which I imagine that's what you do, Loz, wouldn't you?
No, I don't use BS.
That's just BS.
Say bull.
Oh, is it?
It's just bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. Loz, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is dick. I particularly like either dickhead or dick features or such a dick. So that I normally use it to describe men. I have to say I wouldn't normally call a woman a dick. And it's normally when I'm really quite annoyed with somebody. So if somebody it can actually, I have to say it's normally my brother. Dick. Like when I'm just cross with him, or sometimes I call my partner Josh it in my head. I would never call him it to his face, but sometimes I'm like, dick. But it's all like in here. It's in my noggin.
Do you still use the word dickhead then?
Dickhead, yeah.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
It's one that I don't seem to use as much. It seems to have gone out of my vocabulary a bit. I'm going to have to bring it back, I think.
It's a good one. I do like it.
So what do you call your girlfriends then? What's the equivalent of dick?
Bitch?
No, I don't tend to use bitch. you know what? I don't. If a girl's being a dick, then what would I call them? I'd normally like use the word that they are being. So if they're being cruel, I'd be like, she's being really cruel, or she's being mean. Like, I probably don't tend to swear.
There wouldn't be an exclamation swear word. Okay.
No, I don't think so. And
What about you,
what?
tit?
I've never really thought about that before. Oh, maybe tit. You tit. I'm just trying to think. So my best mate Emma, we swear a lot together. What would I call Emma? I'd call her a twat. Actually, thinking about it, I think I'd call Emma a twat.
Right.
And I'm sure that's what she's called me before as well. So yeah,
twat. I'm just gonna splice that little bit and send it to her and see what I call Emma a twat. See what she says. Right, Neil, what's your number 5?
A bastard. What a bastard.
Okay.
I still use that quite a lot, even though it's you can use it very comedic as well. It's a great little word for people, isn't it? Oh, stop being a bastard. I use that as well in the car, along with wanker. When I have my complete flow of, it'll be you wank, fuck, bastard, shithead. Sort of will come out.
When somebody's really pissed off.
Yeah,
but
in the car.
I think just generally the word bastard has gone out of fashion a bit. I don't hear people say it as much. Or
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get in the car with me, you'll hear it more.
Yeah. Bastard. It's a bit 90s.
But I think
Probably
it's also one of those words that there's two ways of saying it. You either say it bastard or you go bastard. Well,
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
That's true. My mum, being Welsh, it's bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's well, yeah, I agree with that. Right. My number 5 is shit ass. And that's normally I will that's another one for like TV. I called somebody that from the Wheel on Saturday with Michael McIntyre. I was calling him a shit ass.
Shit ass? Or I thought you said shit house.
No, well, shit ass is a sort of is a similar to shit house.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife kept hitting me on the knee every time I was swearing at the Wheel with Michael. Is it McIntyre? It is McIntyre, isn't it?
Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, the comedian.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I was getting really I really like that show, but I was getting so annoyed with all these different people. I was calling them all different names. Just kept hitting me on the knee every time I swore.
Just call them all bastards.
No, there was a lot of fruity language going on.
Fruity.
Right then, number 4, Loz.
It's come up before, but I love it. Twat. Such a twat. I also call myself a twat a lot. I'm such a twat. Like if I've typed something wrong and I can't, when you're typing away or text messaging away and you keep getting the same word spelt wrongly, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a twat. Like it's probably one of my most used swear words, I think. Twat.
Okay, Neil.
Shit.
Okay.
Good old fashioned shit.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with shit.
You can't. It's a great swear word, isn't it? It's used in so much way. This is fun shit. This is awful shit. You can use it anyway. It's got a positive to a negative theme to it. Good shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah. This is shit.
Yeah, I must. That's probably my most used swear word. Shit.
Mine too.
I think so. I really do. Thinking
also,
on it
if you think about all of the other swear words, most of them is either sexual or sexual organs. Shit and piss are the only two that aren't.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, talking about what your most. I think my most used is for fuck's sake. I think I'm constantly saying for fuck's sake to myself when I talk. Do either of you talk to yourselves?
Yeah,
all the time.
All of the time.
Right, that's good. Do you swear when you talk to yourself?
Yeah, all of the time.
Oh, that's good then. I'm not the only one. Yeah,
I think most people do.
Yeah.
But I mean, some people can talk to themselves like in their head, have like an inner monologue, but physically talking to yourself.
Full-on conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Do I out loud?
Yeah, you just did it then, look. You're just talking to yourself.
Yeah. I guess I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird whether you swear to yourself. Like I say, I do. I'm not forever going, for fuck's sake, with whatever I'm doing. Okay, that's good. I'm not the only one. So my number 4. No, have we done number 4s? Is this me?
Yeah, we've done number 4, so we're number 3 now.
Yeah, I've done my number 4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But this is going back to like sort of comprehensive school, sort of that sort of time. Dick splash. And I don't think I've always loved the word, but I hate the vision that it gives
Yeah.
of a dick splash.
Basically, like you've just come and
Oh,
it's splashed.
yeah, or you just had a piss and you haven't like
Oh,
you haven't
yeah.
shook it particularly
Properly.
well or whatever.
And
Yeah,
gone ding-a-ling-a-ling.
yeah, or you're dancing around and a little globule of something just flicks into your partner's eye or something. That's a dick
Oh,
splash. And I'm just, that's not out of something that's happened to me. I'm just,
yeah.
that's coming out of my head. Mm.
Excuse me.
Okay. Number 3 then, Loz.
balls. So when I've split or broken something, I've written balls. Again, it's not like a bad break. It's something like I've just spilled a drink. Oh, balls. I
Yeah.
do use that one a lot.
No, that's fair enough. I didn't think of balls, to be honest.
Ball. You use it a lot, actually, Pav.
Do I?
Yeah, you say balls a lot.
Do I?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you reckon, Neil, or am I making that up?
I've heard him say it. I'm trying to think now. I know he uses
Oh,
for
balls.
fuck's sake, like he said. I've heard that.
Yeah. But like when you're f***ing around with the equipment in the shed and it's not working, you're like, oh, balls.
That is true. That is true. Oh, Loz, you know me so well. Neil, what's your number 3?
Cunt. Good old. Just calling
Okay.
you it. That's all.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Not the first time, won't be the last.
I probably use it more than I should do.
Yeah, you do use it a lot, actually.
I
I've
do.
noticed that.
I enjoy it.
Is it really that bad a word?
Well,
Really?
it's just a word at the end of the day. It's the connotations behind it, isn't it?
But I don't know why it's any. But cunt and twat mean the same thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
They're both female genitalia, but I don't know why one's worse than the other. It's not really.
It was always the big taboo, wasn't it? Word. My friend was
my
always.
mum, for example, she hates it.
Yeah, my friend used to use it to great advantage. He had a very, very well-spoken voice. And if he didn't like somebody, his favorite phrase was, the man was a third-rate cunt. And that would even leave it and walk away.
I actually got called it recently. So I was walking down the cycle path where I live with my family. There was about 8 of us. And to be fair, we were walking across the path with 2 dogs. And a cyclist came up behind us and we didn't hear him because he didn't have a bell on his bike. And the etiquette is you're supposed to like ding your bells or shout and say, I'm behind you. He didn't make any noise at all. And then all of a sudden he just appeared on my shoulder and he was swearing and he was going, oh, for fuck's sake, like this. And I called him out on it because there was kids there. There were children there. And I said, there was no need to swear. Like, we didn't hear you. And he stopped his bike further up ahead and he turned around and he started like giving it all this. And I said, you're a very rude man. And he turned around and he went, cunt. I was so shocked because I've never been called a cunt by anybody before. And he was doing it in front of kids, at which point my brother-in-law, like his chest started puffing out going, oi, there's kids here. He's Londoner. So he's like proper cockney. He's like, oi. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this is just so random. Like, it's so lovely where I live. And for that to happen, I was really shocked. And it didn't really hit me until I got home. I was like, I turned to Josh and I went, that man called me a cunt. But it was so aggressive. It was like the most aggressive word he could have used for me.
No, didn't your brother-in-law go wanker like that if he's from London?
No, none of us swore at him because we were all trying to love him. But like I understand that it was annoying that we were all across the cycle path and we should have probably all been a bit more single file to allow bikes like it is a cycle path. But at the end of the day, like we just didn't hear him and there was no need to be that rude.
No, exactly. So, you could have said, excuse me, you cunt.
Or just excuse me. Like he just needed to shout and just say, excuse me. And we would have just moved straight away. We just like we hadn't all seen each other for a year and a half. Like it was the first weekend out of lockdown and he was just, what a rude man. And that's what I said to him. I was just like, you're a very rude man.
Well, that's not like you at all, Loz, is it? To say
no,
it like that.
I never like. I hate confrontation. I am not a confrontational person, but I just didn't like the fact that he was swearing at us when he'd made no attempt to try and make himself known. He was he was being really rude. Like, and my 2 nieces were there, and that's why I got a bit cross because I was like, "How dare you speak like that around children?" And then it got worse. Because I called him out on it. I think he really hated the fact it was me calling him out on it as well. He hated that. You could tell.
Anywho.
On to lighter things.
Neil, what's your number 3?
Number 3? I've just given my number 3.
Did you?
Cunt.
Oh, sorry. All right, so my number 3 is bastard. My number 3 is the good old-fashioned bastard. No reason. I just like the word. Number 2, then, Loz.
So my number 2 is fuck. I use it. This is my second most common swear word, I would say, fuck. I love it. I love using it. It doesn't insult male or female. It's, fuck it includes both sexes, which is great. So it's like a diverse word. I use it for fuck it, fuck off, fuck me, fuck you, fuckly fuck, fuck hell. And the best use of this word ever was, I'll tell you a little story. I was working in a very, very busy press office. In fact, no, I won't say the brand because it's very well known. And we were all sitting, and it was a whole long day of press interviews and getting the press to talk about our brand. And it was heavy, man. Like, it was a day of trying to persuade like all the top national media to cover what we were peddling. And we'd got to about 7 p.m. and we'd all been up in the office from about 7 a.m. So we'd put in a 12-hour shift, and it'd all gone very well. And we were all like deliriously happy, and we were kind of having beer at our desks. And we were in the middle of London as well. And it was a really hot, sweaty day. And then this journalist had contacted my colleague about something and had asked some questions that made it sound like he was going to start turning this thing that we were peddling on its head. And my colleague out loud, now this guy he was in his 40s, very well-to-do, married, 2 children, always incredibly professional guy. Like, I was quite intimidated. He did a lot of work with government and things. And he sat there at his desk, staring at his screen, really kind of, shoulders up, very professional. And he read this email and he goes, out loud, he goes, fuck off to the other side of fuck and keep on fucking going. And I was wetting myself for about half an hour because he just said it so dead seriously, completely deadpan, wasn't even laughing about it. Like, he was just so tired and cross at that stage. And I've never forgotten it. I just thought, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
That's the way to do it, though, isn't it? That's the way to head it off. Right, okay, so fuck is your number 2.
Yeah.
Neil, what's your number 2?
Now, I've got a problem here because I think I must have fucked up somewhere because I haven't got a number 2. Because I've gone, hang on, let me count this.
How can you not?
I've written 10 down and I'm on my number 1. What's happened there?
Right, okay, well, we'll go through. You've got to count them down in a minute.
Unless I gave 2 at once.
You might have
accidentally.
You might have done.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do our countdowns in a second. My number 2 is piss flaps. I was amazed that somebody actually mentioned piss flaps before, and because it's just a comedy word. I don't
funny.
use it anymore. I think it's one of the funniest swear words ever. Piss flaps. Piss. You just keep saying it. It's like a fart. It's like it's just a good comedy word.
It makes everyone giggle every time you use it.
Yeah,
Right?
it doesn't matter what you could go to a funeral and say piss flaps and people would laugh.
Yeah.
Possibly, depending on
it depends where the funeral was.
Depending on the circumstances.
Just run into any funeral and go,
indeed. Right then, Loz, can you run through yours from 10 to number 2, please?
So in at number 10, we've got wanker. Number 9, bellend. Number 8, pissed. Number 7, bollocks. Number 6, arse. Number 5, dick. Number 4, twat. Number 3, balls. And at number 2, fuck.
Wonderful. Neil, give us your 10 to 2 or 11, whatever you've got.
No, it's 10. I've counted it. Number 10 is bollocks.
Yeah.
Don't give me that bollocks. Number 9 was dick. Remember, we had a good old conversation about dick. Then number 8 was wank or wanker. Number 7 was asshole or asshole. Does anybody ever say asshole?
No.
No, we're not American. Number 6 is twat. Number 5 is piss. Number 4 is bastard. Number 3 is shit. And number 2 is the good old cunt.
Okay, I've got number 10, wanker. Number 9, bloody hell. Number 8, cunt chops. Number 7, minge. Number 6, bullshit. Number 5, shit ass. Number 4, I must admit, I had 2 minges in my top 10. I just realized. So that's why I put in dick splash instead, which is weird. Number 3, bastard. And number 2, the good old piss flaps. So, Loz, what is your number 1 favorite swear word?
Shit. It's got to be.
Shit.
There's so many different ways of using it. I use it all the time. It's a very versatile word. So it's like shit me, shit on it, which is a brilliant way of giving tribute to good old Friday night dinner.
Yes.
What was his oh goodness me, what was his name?
It's on the spot now. I can't remember, but R.I.P.
Martin.
That's his name in the show.
That's his name in the show, isn't it? The father in that who played Martin. He like shit on it. It was just brilliant. Shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if you're around kids and you go sugar, like you can catch yourself. Like
or say ship.
Yeah, or ship. Shit. I said ship. I didn't say shit. I think it's the first swear word that any of my nieces and my mates' kids use because it's used so frequently.
Right.
And it feels universally acceptable as well. Like there's nobody is offended by shit. Like everyone shits, every animal shits. Like everybody knows what we mean by shit. And it's
it can mean good and bad.
It can mean good and bad. Like you're the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But also like, oh shit. Like it's just such a friendly, usable word. I think
it could be a positive or a negative. Like I said, it's
shit. I'm always like, oh shit, when I'm running late. That's the one I'm always running late. As you know.
Do you use it when you go to the bathroom? Or I'm just off for a. Or
I do. Yeah, I'm off for a shit. Well, actually, Josh uses that more. I say poo. He says I'm off for a shit. I'm like, I'm off for a poo.
Of course you are, because you're a lady.
Because I'm a lady.
Indeed. Right, Neil, what's your number 1?
Good old fuck. I use fuck so much. I mean, I'm probably up there with the Wolf of Wall Street on a daily basis, the amount I use fuck. I mean, to be honest, my mum brought it up to me the other day. She said, you do use that word quite a lot, don't you? And I told her to fuck off.
Was that while you were snorting crack off the ass of a whore?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly it. But I do use it, and I know I use it too much, but it's almost become an involuntary word that I use. And I know I've said it in the wrong places. For sure, I've said it in where I shouldn't do, but what a great word, isn't it? You really let off a lot when you let out a good old fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. And actually, there's again, like it's not really offending anyone because everybody fucks. Well, not everybody, but a lot of.
Not as often as we'd like.
Anyway,
but it can be used for really rude, but it can almost be comical as well.
Yeah,
fuck in the right place is a good comedic thing.
Look at the Planes, Trains and Automobiles scene with Steve Martin where he says fuck like 25 times in a minute and a half or something. It's one of the funniest scenes ever in a movie.
Absolutely.
Right, my number 1 is one that's been said before, is bollocks. I just love I love the bollocks.
It's almost poetic, isn't it?
Bollocks.
You like the way it rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, I love it. I love the way it bollocks. I just love it. And it just sounds. It's like for me like chunks when you say chunks. It's the cuz at the end. Bollocks. Yeah. That's my number 1. That's all our top 10s.
Can I ask a quick question on swearing?
No,
Can anybody remember the first word they used, swear word they used?
Yes, well, I don't remember, but my mum tells me what it was. Apparently I was 3, which is pretty young. Like I was barely talking. And she was in a paddock and I was helping her to pick some apples. And apparently my second brother Bryn had just been born and he was only a few days old. And by the sounds of things, he was getting an awful lot of attention. I was hardly getting any. So I was in a bit of a bad mood. And Mum had told me to take some apples in. And I turned around and went, piss off. At 3 years old. And she said that she was laughing so hard that she couldn't tell me off because
right.
she was laughing so hard.
Well, me and you used the same sort of word. Apparently, allegedly, my mum and dad said they were talking to a lord and lady that my dad had been doing work for, and I was with them, stood between them. And out of the blue, when I was very young, I said, "I'm just going for a piss." Randomly. Got a clip round the ear, but my mum and dad said it was very funny to see the lord and lady go.
I honestly can't remember the first time that I swore. No. I mean, it's always whenever you got a kid, it's always sort of fun to try and get them to say I'll tell you what we used to do. We used to get them to say box.
Right.
Get them to say box and then tap their mouth at the same time. So they go bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. And then they don't understand what it is, but you're pissing yourself laughing because they're going to go around then going, no, bollocks, bollocks, because everybody's laughing. And that's my favorite word. Right, we got some honorable mentions here. So Ross gave us his own top 10. He went for prick, was one of them. Nonce, one of them.
Yeah.
Is nonce a swear word?
I don't know. I mean, it's not something
It's an offensive term.
Yeah, offensive term. He also said knobhead, but pronounced without the H, so as to be like Carl Pilkington.
Knobhead.
So knobhead. Bloody L has to be pronounced in a London accent. Bloody L, like that. He also said wanker, but said in the same way the audience member shouts at David Brent in the Office Christmas special episode.
How did that go? I can't remember.
Wanker. That's it, wanker. Stu Grant said cockwomble is a good one. My go-to, however, is prick.
Yeah, but I forgot about prick, and I do use prick a lot.
I actually had it on my list. I had about 15 words at one point. I had to take them off, and prick was on there. Just missed out.
But that's another one you've got to say prick. Like you can't just say prick. Yeah. Oh, see, you've got the blah, blah, blah with your tongue. I can't do that.
Prick always reminds me of the young ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's it. That's our top 10. Neil, do you want to do your gump about all the bits and pieces about how they can get in touch with us and all that stuff?
Of course I can. You can find us on all our social medias at toptenpods. That's TOPTEN pods. Email us at toptenpods@hotmail.com. And please come and support the podcast at patreon.com/top10pods, where you can get rewards such as our episodes super early, bonus episodes, behind the scenes videos, and even a chance to be a guest on your own episode. Check out all our links via the link tree, and you can find the link in the show notes below. And please come and subscribe and leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or subscribe and follow on Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts, you cunt.
Well done, young man.
Well done. You didn't get anything wrong.
No, it's almost again like he was reading it off of anything. Thank you, Lars. It's been so nice to spend some time with you. We got to do this again soon.
Oh, 100%. Definitely. I'd be more than up.
We must.
See if you can pick another subject, I don't know, top 10 favorite sex positions or something, maybe. That could
I don't think I'd know 10.
Kama Sutra will have to come out. The lotus flower.
Yeah, we'll work something out. But Lars, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've loved swearing with you for an evening.
Oh, it's been a blast, hasn't it?
It's been wonderful. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you very much, Pav.
Thanks, everyone. Let's start the countdown. 10.